G'day guys, today I'm excited to share with you my son's favourite toys from 9 months to 12 months. He's 12 months now. I did a similar video with my daughter. That video was from 6 to 12 months and her favourite toys. This time there's different toys that I'm going to be sharing because I'm a second time mum. He plays with toys that I bought originally for his sister, but he has got so much joy out of them. So a lot of the toys that I'm sharing this time are open-ended toys. So they're toys that can be played in multiple different ways. That's why a 3-year-old and a 12-month-old are both enjoying them. So let's get into it. The first one I want to share with you is a wobble board. So the one that we've got here is a Kinderfeet. I borrowed this from the toy library when he was 9 months, and I've actually purchased one, so it should be on the way, but the toy library is closed down at the moment, so we've still got all the toy library toys. So we just had this on the floor, and when he first started discovering it, he initiated it himself and he began crawling up one side, and then he'd slide back down again, and then he'd crawl up one side, and then he tentatively would try to get over the other side. So this was all initiated by him and his curiosity and exploring. Now this Kinderboard actually talks about being great for ages 0 to 99. There's so many different things you can do, and like I said, both kids really enjoy it. And now he'll quite happily go over one side and then the other side, and the self-satisfaction of getting over the other side is just beautiful to watch. And that's what I do with this toy. I just kind of sit back and let him play with it. I'm not involved actively as a participant with this one. I have showed him a couple of things he can do, but he initiated this first. So this is a wobble board. He not only puts himself over the wobble board, he also puts toys, animal figurines, and watches them go up and then down over the other side. So working on that cause and effect. He also very much likes to hide things under it because it's like a bridge, and then he'll try and grab whatever he's put under it. A bit like what he does with the couch. So that's what he loves to do with it. But what about as a parent? So what I really love about this is it's an open-ended toy. So like I said, it can be played in multiple ways and different variations. So yes, he's played with it like that, but I've also showed him using it as a slide. So putting it on the edge of the couch and then putting toys down it that way. And I've also held him and slid him down the slide. There's so many different creative ways that we can play with it together, or he can play with it by himself. So this is something he goes to every single day. So that's why I've purchased one for us to keep. It encourages independent play. Yes, I'm there supervising, but he's taking control of his own learning. So whether he's doing cause and effect, pushing the car down, what does it do, and where he is with his development. My son loves transporting things. So whether he transports the car to the board and then pushes it down or puts it over the side, or animals like I was saying. So I do plan to do a whole video on schemas, but he's very much in the transporting schema, which is taking an item from one place to the other. The toy is expensive. It's over $100, but it is going to last. Like I said, my 3-year-old uses it as well. So I already know that it's good for a 1, 2, and 3-year-old, especially in my family. The next one he loves playing with is a car ramp. So its exact name is Fisher Price Little People Wheelies Stand and Play Rampway. Well, that's a mouthful, but he loves it. So it's expensive. The one I saw on Amazon, it's $199, but I bought ours for $15 off Facebook Marketplace. So it doesn't have to be expensive. What was interesting is when I was looking it up on Amazon, I had no idea it had lights and sounds or anything like that. We haven't used it like that. We just use it for putting cars down it. So he puts cars down it, buses down it, animal figurines down it. And it's fantastic because he loves just watching the cause and effect as it goes down. And this too is something that he plays with every day. So much so I've even put it in his room, so it's something he can play in there because it's something he can play with. In our house, their bedrooms are just off the playroom. The car ramp was also really awesome in those early days because it is very stable. If you see down the bottom, it's quite wide, so those grey bits down the bottom make it very stable so it doesn't topple over. And even here you can see he's rocking it and it's still very stable. So he loves this. He plays with it every day, and he was playing with it back at 9 months. When he was standing, he started putting things down it. Now he's walking, he'll move around it. When he drops the toy over the other side, he'll go get that and come back and push it down. From a parent's point of view, what I love about this is the visual tracking, so strengthening those eye muscles as he's watching the car go down. Hand-eye coordination, so where he's putting that car, you have to put it right at the top on the ramp so that it'll go down. If you just chuck it, it'll just go over the other side. Hand dexterity, so once again, manipulating the car to get it down the ramp. The other thing is gross motor skills. So when he's standing, he's working his core, he's working his leg muscles, he's working his arm muscles. So it's a great whole body activity. I love that it's a cause and effect activity that I can say yes to. So something he loves doing is dropping his water bottle off the high chair and watching it bounce to the floor. So this is perfect for him because he loves dropping the car down onto the car ramp and then watching it come out at the other end. This toy is very important for our environments. I believe that the environment setup is really important to encourage independent play, to encourage playing with the toys. And that's why I've put it in his room, because after I change his nappy, he'll often get up and put a car down the ramp. Or if he's reading a book, because he's got the bookshelf in his room, then he'll pull some books out and then he'll go over to the car ramp. It's at his height in his room, and then it's not surrounded by a lot of other toys out in the playroom. So in our family, it's really important that we have the environment set up, so a prepared environment that is going to encourage play. The next one he plays with every day is the IKEA toy kitchen. So we have this set up in our playroom. My daughter got it for her 2nd birthday, so that's why we've got it. So he absolutely loves it. He goes over it, he opens and closes those doors. Mainly, like I said, because he's transporting, he'll grab something out of there and he'll carry it off somewhere else. So we find utensils and food and everything like that all around the playroom. He loves opening and closing those doors. Once again, it's that cause and effect. He opens and then he kind of slams the doors. He also pulls out the sink. He likes to post things through that hole and then open up the door and get it out. When he was closer to 9 months, he would do a lot more just kind of standing there and trying to grab what was on the shelf. But now, as a 12-month-old, he's very much opening, pulling things out, putting things into the sink, pulling them out. And he also loves to pull the sink out and put it under the kitchen. If I can't find the sink, I just look under the kitchen and he's put it there. As an adult, I love that once again, he's standing, he's working his gross motor skills, and it's a way to kind of modify our kitchen upstairs so it's baby safe downstairs. So he really likes to pull things in and out, like upstairs, he'll open the drawers and pull things out, whereas he can do this very safely without getting his fingers caught in the toy kitchen. It's fantastic for balance as well when he's standing and reaching, independent play, of course, and he does play a lot there with his sister as well. It's such an awesome open-ended toy kitchen. I also think it's really good for practical life skills. So we do have spoons and forks and cups in there, so he can kind of use them and practice using cups without actually having liquid in it. The next one I want to share is kinetic tiles. So we bought this last Christmas, so when he was 8 months old and my daughter was 2.5. And what they are is magnetic tiles, but the magnets are inside and they're screwed together and they're very safe. Of course, with magnets and babies, it requires supervision. Just want to stop the video there just to say these tiles are recommended for ages 3 and over. But in this video, I'm just sharing what my son's favorite toys. That's why I've included them. I really love these magnetic tiles, and they were expensive, but they're definitely quality. I've seen some other magnetic tiles where the magnets are on the outside. We do not have them in our house, and I don't let the kids play with them. Whereas these ones, they're enclosed and they're really strong. So an activity that him and his sister play is she builds a tower and he pushes it down. Whereas when I shared my daughters, we had these stacking blocks, which we still do have. You can only have so many items out in the playroom, otherwise it becomes too cluttered and they play less. So I do have these out because she will play with them and he can play with them as well. Whereas those other stacking blocks, she doesn't play with. I do plan to buy more of these. We've got the 62-piece set and I do use them in activities as well as them independently building. At the moment, he loves just knocking down towers with them. I like these because, like I said, it doesn't clutter up the playroom. Both ages can enjoy them. They play with them differently, but they both enjoy them. Another thing he does like to do with them is take them out of the container and put them back in again. If you'd like to purchase this brand, I've got a link in the description box below. Just go to the top and make sure you change it for your currency. They ship worldwide. If you follow me on Instagram, Play Activities with Mama, then you know that I do a lot of activities with him, but these are the main toys that he plays with every day, as well as the DIY toys that I do for him as well, which I do plan to share in a video. I just haven't got to it yet. But I couldn't do this video without sharing books. So the books he absolutely loves are all those Lift the Flat books, as well as the Touch and Feel books. So a lot of the poor Lift the Flat book, like It's Not My Frog Right Here, he can be a bit rough with them, and what he does is he opens them so the front and the back cover are together like that, which then just breaks the spine. And then it kind of falls apart, unfortunately. Another book he loves is On the Go, which I've done a little DIY activity with, which I do plan to share in another video. But he loves these lift the flap books. And the one book of these that has lasted is Where's Mr. Dog, because they use felt as the flaps instead of paper. So he does love It's Not My Bunny, It's Not My Frog, Spot Goes to the Farm, Spot Goes to School, but they're all paper flaps, so very easy to pull off. Like I said, I'm a second-time mum now. He's playing with a lot of toys that are his sister's, and they're a lot more open-ended toys that are gonna last years. I'm just gonna cut in here. When I was editing the video, I know I'm showing you all big toys, so I wanted to share a couple of little ones that he's loved. So he's loved the ball pit balls. We use that a lot in DIY activities as well, so they've been fantastic. And I was also given this VTech Airplane by VTech. And if you press a button here, its propeller spins, and if you press the front, it lights up and it says, I'm an aeroplane. So this has been fantastic for the car, and too when we're in the pram. It's something I'll give to him and he'll play with it. The battery's been pretty good. When it finishes, I'm not gonna replace it, and we can use it more as an open-ended toy. So he will be able to make the sounds of the aeroplane as he's flying it through the air, and it rolls along the floor really well. I just wanted to show you a couple of smaller toys as well, and it doesn't actually work anymore. I'll link the video I did with my daughter here, the toys that she loved from 6 to 12 months. Thanks heaps for watching. Bye.